Hey everybody, I wanted to make a quick video tutorial on how to make one of these little stick handling bridges. I use these a lot in my practices and my skill work. One of the parents of one of the kids that I coach actually asked how I attach the pucks to the stick, and I figured that would be a good idea to explain it to as many people as I can, and just explain how I do it. It's a very simple process, not complicated. It can be done with, a couple tools, and I'll show you now. So what you're going to need is a drill and driver, or just drill works fine as well. 4 pucks, and quick tip, just find the rattiest pucks you have. It doesn't matter if they're nice. You honestly want to use the most beat up, cut up pucks that you can find. I collect pucks wherever I see them, and we have about, I don't know, a couple hundred here, so I always sort through and find the worst ones I can find to make things like this. So do that, and you're going to need a stick. So this stick in particular, it's funny. This stick I found at our beach house, at our family beach house. It's a Vapor 20. It's probably about 20 years old. It was one of the first broken sticks that I swiped from a rink, and I believe, if my memory serves me, it was my buddy Matt Clark's stick that he broke, and I asked him if I could have it because I wanted to try something with it, and that was, again, about 20 years ago, and I still have it. So this is one of them that I was using for something, and now I'm going to convert it into a bridge. So there's that, and I'm going to need a couple drill bits. I have a 1/8 drill bit and a 3/8 drill bit, and a couple screws. I have some star drive screws. I think these are about 2 inches, and the length of the screw is dependent upon what surface you want to use your bridge on, and I'm going to go over that in a second. So I'm going to grab myself 4 of these, and then I'll explain that. So if I were to make a bridge that I was going to use on ice, I would probably choose a screw that's a little longer than this. So as you see, this screw will not penetrate the bottom of this puck once you add in the thickness of the carbon stick. And that works well for me now because I'm going to be using this on the new slick tiles that we bought and installed in our basement here during this time. And I don't want to chew them up with a screw point sticking out. So we're going to do it that way. But if you're going to use these for the ice, as this is what I use on the ice for many of my practices and skill sessions, you see the actual screws protrude through the bottom of these pucks. Why? Very simple. If you haven't guessed it yet, when you set it down on the ice, those little screws dig in, the tips dig in and lock the bridges in right where you want them. Of course, depending upon the age of kids you're working with and their skill level, they end up kicking these, hitting them those sticks, knocking them all over the place if you don't. The weight of the pucks is good. The weight of the pucks is good to keep them in place, but in that case, what we're doing, what I'm doing in my basement here, if my son knocks this bridge somewhere, I can just reset it. We're cool. But if you're running a skill session with 5, 10, 20 kids, these things are getting knocked all over. It's trouble. So you want them locked in. So that's why I usually run screws a little deeper on the ones I'm going to use on the ice, so they don't go anywhere, and it just saves me a lot of time resetting skill stations and drills. So in drills, we're going to go ahead and grab our drill, our 1/8 bit, and the first thing we're going to do is, again, this stick has some tape on the end. I put a little tape on each end. When I use it flat on the ice, that just keeps it level. Doesn't matter here. So we're going to use our pucks and measure where we're going to drill the hole. And if you can see, I'm going to drill this one right about here. So you want to center the stick between the circumference of the puck and the edges here, so right there. And then you're going to take your drill, put some pressure on the stick, and you're just going to drill straight down through with this 1/8 bit, all the way into the puck. There's a little tape left on there apparently. And then you're going to get the 3/8 bit, and line it back up. And then you're going to run this 3/8 bit just through the top layer of the carbon to countersink the head of the screw. Boom. Okay. So then we're going to take one of the screws I have here, and I'm going to back the pressure off on this driver because they tend to be a little powerful at times. And I really only want to just sink into these 2 pucks. I don't want to go through the bottom layer of this carbon. So I'm going to start running this in, and then when I feel myself, I'm going to back off. And keep running it in until I feel the bottom puck. Hold the bottom puck when you're doing this because it will kind of spin and prevent you from tightening it. Until I tighten it up where it's nice and tight. So that's it. So now the head of the screw is countersunk into the inside of the stick. Just attach the bottom layer of the carbon into the pucks, not protruding through the bottom, so I can use it on the slick tiles we just put in. And do the other side. So same process. Switch the drill bits. And again, if I were doing this on my own, I'd probably drill these 2 pilot holes first. But I wanted to show the entire process on one side first, so here we are. Again, line everything up. Again, development's in the details, so let's line everything up perfect. And right through. Well, swap bits, just cut through the top layer of this carbon. Remember, just the top layer. Boom. Then again, grab a screw. We're gonna run it right down through there. Grab the bottom puck, because again, it will spin. And there's a chance that you will rip the screw head through the bottom layer of carbon, just through the top puck if you don't hold the bottom, so it tightens down to it. So hold that bottom puck, check it. Again, you don't want too much, and there you have it. So there, again, you have it. There is a bridge to use inside on your dining room floor. A lot of kids are doing it these days. Kitchen floor, wherever you don't want to tear it up with a spike sticking through. In our case, we're going to use it on our slick tiles here that we put in, and just by itself, it's not bad. The weight of these pucks kind of keeps this bridge right where you would want it, and now you can have your kid work on stick handling through it, over it, jumping over it, little of the both, jumping over, stick handling through it, whatever. Again, this is one we use on the ice with a spike sticking through. This one's a little shorter, this one's a little longer. I typically use 2 different lengths. This is kind of in the middle. I just had this laying around, so I figured I'd use it to do this demo, and there we are. So, hope this helps, and good luck.